Drum roll for Ruggedman. Drum roll.
Bouqui'S!
Ruggedman. What's up, man?
See you looking all fresh.
I'm just, I'm trying to be like you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like who? I don't see the beards or the mustache. So how are you trying to be like me? What's up, man? What's good, man?
I'm good. How are you? How are you holding up, man?
I'm good. I've always been me. I've always known how to hold it down. So no
That's
matter, I'm still
that's
here.
what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear because we've lost like 20 minutes. We're jumping straight into it. We want you
No
to tell
problem.
us
Sorry about that. Apologies to everybody.
It's okay. It's okay. I want you to tell us your story because there are people right now that are at home. They're home. Their identities have been tied to their job for so long, and now the job is ripped from them. They don't have anything. Tell us how they can get up. So you tell us with your story how you were down. Let's start from the beginning, and then we'll go from there.
Um. Well, okay. Well, you said beginning. What's up, everybody? This is Ruggedman, Ruggedy Baba. What's up? Nice. Okay, I can't say nice to see you, but nice to see me. So, my story. How would I start my story now? I'm just a guy born in Umuahia, Abia State, and moved to Lagos with my mom when I was 6, with my other 4 siblings when they separated. Story of our lives, of some of us. Moved to Lagos, Fashion of Surulere to be exact. And then, yeah, it was just about, I was 6, so really I had no choice in the matter. Anyways, so yeah, we did the whole living from an uncle's place to one uncle's place and all because we just got to Lagos and everything. And if I move straight to, well, schooling was done in Lagos State, all of it. Primary school, St. Joseph's Primary School, secondary school was just a fence on the other side. Atunashi Boys High School, Surulere. I studied political science in Lagos State University, or JAW, main campus, not satellite. Nothing against satellite, but we were in the headquarters. And yeah, I studied political science. And while I was in school, wait, just even before I entered uni, I was already moving around a lot. I really loved entertainment. I'll not lie. I started loving music as far back as when I was in primary school. There's this particular story I told some days ago about how, when you come back from school, you have lessons, extra lessons. So it was just unfortunate that one of those days for my lesson coincided with when there was this particular musical show that was going to show on TV. And I really wanted to watch. Back then it was Top of the Pops. There was some old German musical, TV shows where we have all our top 10 countdowns now. We used to do all that then, but it was German on NTA. Back then, if I hear anybody say you don't owe them. Anyways, Lexi do. Sorry, I just saw Lexi. I had to hear.
No, I've already started him out. Yeah.
Okay, so unfortunately, like I said, the time for the musical show coincided with my lesson period, and trust me, the music won because I started planning, scheming from when I was in school, how I was going to get out of doing the lesson and just going to watch the musical show. I remember buying myself a red pen. I bought myself a red pen and then got home, ate, showered, left the house to lesson. But I got behind one flower area not too far from the house. I gave myself an assignment and I marked the assignment myself. Closed my exercise book. But unfortunately for me, before I could even leave the spot to go to my friend's house to watch the TV show, one of our neighbors walked by and saw me. I was like, "What are you doing?" And of course, I did the come here. Then they opened the book, then they saw what I did, and they were like, "What's this? You're supposed to be going to oh, trust me." Okay, well, if there was SARS on the beach that time, I would have said, yeah, that was my first time meeting beat. Plenty beating, that happened, but still it didn't stop me from loving music. I just kept going on and on. And then it was just it happened in phases for me. Then that was phase one. Phase two, the next phase was I have an uncle in Surulere who owns an automobile shop. He sells cars, Eastern automobiles. He used to travel a lot then. By this time I was in secondary school. He used to travel a lot. He would come home with VHS tapes of UMTV raps with Ed Lover and Dr. Dre, with Rap City, with Fat Five Freddy, and he would come with loads of tapes. And then I was always at his place in Abuja watching rap, videos, musicals basically. Then I'll take like 5 home to watch. Well, I hope he doesn't watch this anyway. But I'll take like 5 home and return 3, take another 5, return 2. Anyway, I open my own personal library at home, that kind of thing, because I didn't know how to dub tapes and all that, so I would have just been copying and giving back to him. So basically I used all those tracks I watched a lot of musicals, started writing out the lyrics of my favorite songs and all. And then the next phase was I found out I could record instrumentals. You understand? So I started going to DJ studios. That was how I got to know loads of Nigerian DJs. That was how I met Jimmy Jats. He was one of the first that looked at me. Because that's how I met, Uncle Jimmy and Balinde, jam bass back then.
Yeah.
Back then you go to a recording studio, you give them a list of songs you want, put on your tape. But I would go with a list of instrumentals I wanted them to put on my tape. So he looked at me, I was like, you wrote instrumentals. I said, yes. He goes, are you okay? Are you sure? I said, yeah, don't worry. It's not about the songs. I have most of the songs on video. I just need the instrumentals. Well, okay, that's how we met. But he didn't know that I was using the instrumentals to actually, I've learned the lyrics of most of those tracks. So when I play the instrumentals at home, I just keep, rapping over them and all of that. And then I just thought to myself, how can I record my own? Then what I did was, now you don't laugh at this part. I got 2 tape. I got 2 tape recorders. I got 2 tape recorders here. I'll put the empty tape in one, and I'll put the tape with the instrumental in the other. I'll press record on the empty one, press play on the other one, put them close to each other, and put my mouth in the middle, and then I'll start rapping over the instrumental.
Wow.
So that was how I heard my voice for the first time on tape on a beat.
Wow.
You understand? So I'll do that. And to me, it was fun because I was hearing myself in my head right there and then. I was Jay-Z, I was Snoop, I was Ice Cube, I was hearing all that, Then I started writing my own lyrics and doing the same thing, like that. And then, if I say it now, they will know how old I am, which I've not said before.
We know you're 77
so
now.
let me. I'm not that young. I'm like 95. 95. We're getting there. So I think I was in secondary school by this time. When I was doing this, I was in secondary school. And then the next phase was I realized, I just thought to myself, okay, DJs have all of this equipment. So I went to see some of these DJs again and asked them if it was possible to record with their microphone into a tape while an instrumental is playing. He said, of course. I remember DJ Dami in Akoka on Adetayo Osho Street. Funny enough, years later, that was the same Adetayo Osho Street that ID Kabasa Studios are. But then I didn't know Kabasa. This was years before Kabasa, but he was living there quite all right.
Wow.
So I asked I asked DJ Dami. He told me, he said, yeah, we should try it. That's how he connected the microphone and stuff. And the instrumental played, I, talked into the mic. Of course, I did my own, I heard it the first time too loud. I said, yeah, reduce the volume. I checked it. Okay, I'm doing my own mic check. Now, this was even harder because this isn't a proper studio where you pause, you play, you do a voice. No, you cut and paste and nothing. This was you, an instrumental, an empty tape, a mic, and your lyrics. So all I was doing was instrumental starts, we press record, I take a deep breath, I'll do the intro, I'll do the chorus, I'll do first verse, I'll do second chorus, I'll do second verse, I'll do second chorus. If possible, I'll do a bridge, do third verse, do a fourth chorus, and do an outro all in one take. Because you can't pause, you can't do nothing. So this was how I started recording some clearer vocals, my own lyrics. I recorded over 20-something tracks that way, using Craig Mack's instrumental, Bouqui'S instrumental, Dr. Dre, so many. So the fact that I even started doing skits, jingles for DJ Shino, for DJ Freshways, these were things I was doing that when nobody had thought of them. I'm talking when I was in secondary school. This is like close to 20 or 20-something years ago. You know, I was doing all this for that's how I got to know the DJs, because I didn't have that much money to give, obviously. But they, you know, the difference between now and back then is a lot of people respected and loved talent back then, and they were always ready to support back then without asking you for anything, really. So I was getting a lot of love from DJs, and as me being me, I always wanted to give back, not look like I was just taking and taking. I just thought to myself, okay, what can I do for these people? I started recording lyrics for them and doing jingles for most of them. DJ Shino and a lot of people. You understand? So they loved the fact that I was giving back in a way. You know, so I started with that. And then first time I ever hit the studio proper was a Hilda Dokubo movie soundtrack. I need to find that movie. It's called Another Campus Tale. I need to find out when it was released, because then I will know the year that I entered the studio for the first time. You know, it was myself, B-Swave, Bayo Adefuye. Father was a former senator back then. And then there was this young slim boy from Cross River State that time, before I christened him. Then his name wasn't Fun. Then I christened him Freestyle. Man. So it was the three of us. It was Swave himself that got the, you know, link up, but he now called me, and I told him, okay, me too, I have somebody that's really cool too. And that was how, you know, I got Freestyle involved. And we hit the studio in Ikeja. I walked into the studio. Lo and behold, it was Paul Play Dairo that was producing. That was how I met Paul Play. One. And then the studio engineer that day, God rest his soul, was Tony Tonero.
Ooh.
I don't know if you remember Tony Tonero that did the level alone in Moshorire. He was the studio engineer then. And then we recorded, you know, we did our verse. Paul made the beats, we recorded our verses and everything. And then while we were in there, you know, feeling everything we did, Paul's friend walks into the studio, and you know, they discussed, obviously they were very cool friends from the way they were interacting, and then he listened to the track, and then he called me outside and was like, you know, he loves what he just heard and everything. He loves what he just heard, that he has a studio, and that, you know, with the kind of talent he's seen in me, that if I ever want to record anything, I should just come to his place and come and record. And that was OJB Jazz Rhythm.
Wow.
That was how I met OJB and Paul Play same day. And that was how I got access to Silver Point Studio number 4 Baja back then. You understand? You know? But before I even went to Baja, I also did a soundtrack for Diamond Ring back then. I don't know if you remember the movie Diamond Ring. It was a Tadi Ubino movie.
Teju, Babyface.
Yeah, Teju was in it. Thank you. Yeah, when I was teaching Teju how to act that time, yeah. You know, so it was a bounce. Kunle Fawole, late Bouqui'S son. He acted in it too. So I think he convinced
what name were you going by then?
I didn't even have a name proper. I didn't have a name proper. Not Michael. I was Soul MC, but I wasn't really saying it in the. Okay, no. I think I was Ruggedman then, kind of. I was juggling between Ruggedman and. Okay, now let me tell you how the name came about. Yeah, at first it was Soul MC when I was in secondary school and stuff, and it was just my friends that knew about, you know, me and my rap. and everything. I remember most times we go to schools back then. They used to call it lit when different schools will come together. So they will do rapping competitions, miming competitions. My friends will be pushing me, go now, you. Every time, always in class, you always do da 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 da. And I'd be like, what? Let me hear the people there first. I'll hear the people, everybody just miming other people's. By then, I decided I wasn't going to be doing any other person's songs. It has to be mine. And for me to do it on a stage, it has to be worth it now. Not when people are coming. Basically, that was me. So most of the time, we went to different schools. I didn't really feel it, so I didn't go. My friends kind of were almost giving up until we went to Surulere Girls Secondary School. No, it's not my fault. It was meant to be. We went to Surulere Girls Secondary School. Of course, as usual, people were just, it was a carnival, like, the settings that time. So they now announced for rapping competition, miming competition. My friends looked at me. I looked at them. I look away. They said, well, you'll not go, Jerry. Don't mind this one. Then while we were just there standing and gisting, it just occurred to me that, wait, somebody was actually rapping. And I just said, wait. And I cocked my head and I listened. And the guy was actually spitting bars and I was like, oh, gang. I said, let's go and see. My friends looked at me, oh, yeah. We got there. There was this guy on the stage and he was doing his thing and people were just looking at him. When he finished, the next guy that came on was good too. I just said, yeah. I think I want to go on this one. I think I want to do this one. And my friends heard that. They said, oh, yeah, let's go. By the time we got to the side of the stage and I was talking to the MC, I was like, I would like to get on. He said, no, they're not taking people anymore. My friends just trooped forward. I said, you say what? This man that we've been begging to hold a mic in one of these schools for how long? He now came himself and he wants to say no. Mr. Man, if you don't want to be unfortunate, that's what he said. But it was along that line.
Respect yourself.
You better get her, yeah, man. So he now finally let me on. So after the first guy, the second guy, I now came on. And now that was my first time ever proper. I spit, and the two guys were now looking at me, and of course, it was everybody's like, okay, fine. And then they dropped everybody else except the three of us. So we're now in the middle. It was now the three of us, and we kept passing the mic. Instead of puff, pass, it was bust, pass. We just kept doing that, and they couldn't pick a winner. They couldn't pick a winner, and they just had to announce, you know what, we need to stop this because there are other things we need to do on the program, But the next, I think 3-4 days later was, I don't know if you know Anglican Girls Secondary School, and don't tell me it's secondary school girls school again. It's not me. The ones that were picking it.
Of course, now you didn't motivate. Yeah.
So they now said, the next lit was going to be in the Anglican Girls Secondary School that will continue there. I said, okay. We all the three of us, we were just eyeballing each other and everything. And I was like, I got home that day, Bouquie. Between that day and the day of the lit, I wrote 15 pages. I wrote 15 pages that I wanted to spit that day. I got to Anglican Girls School. That was the first time in my life that I first felt like a celebrity. Because immediately I walked in with my friends, they were ready. Immediately I walked into the school compound, somebody just looked at me and said, hey, rapper. That was the first time. I wish I could remember who that well anyway. The guy just said rapper. At first it didn't occur to me, then I just turned, oh, me. I was like, oh, hey.
Yes, it's me. Thank you.
It was the first time ever. And I was like, okay, oh, yeah, Then when I walked in and asked people, when people just gather and started whispering, then when I got there, I saw the other two guys. I saw the other two guys who were there too. So we're all like boxers waiting in our corners, kind of thing, waiting for when they would just say, it's about to go down. But unfortunately, it never happened. They did so many other things, and we never got to do that. And that was the first and the last day I ever saw those guys. And I still remember their stage names till today. One was Mad Max, and the other was Cool G. I can never forget Mad Max, Cool G. In case you guys are somewhere, big men now watching this, ever get to see this, shout out. You guys inspired me to get on that stage. Mad Max, like the movie, you know. So that was the time. Then I met with old JB, and then of course, but before JB, sorry, I jumped a little. When we were in allowance, and then I remember things I had to do to put small money together to just have some extra change. You see, I've always been someone who believes in working for what I get. You understand? The first time, I've never been a person to play. I don't play all this lottery and kalu things because I never win. The only time I ever won was the only time I ever won anything that time was 29, and they made me share it to my friends out there. I'm like, so how is it me winning something? You know, but that, apart from that, I work for everything. So, and I know where I'm coming from. I know I'm not from some family with a silver spoon in the mouth.
That's exactly what we want to hear. Tell us one experience that broke you down, that made you second guess yourself, something that made you cry. Those are things we want to hear. Share one experience, take us down memory lane.
If I'm gonna, you mean apart from Tupac dying?
Yes, apart from Tupac dying.
Okay. If I were not the one that made me cry. This is something every man that has had woman issues has felt, but then not woman issues as in breaking your heart type of thing. I've never told anybody this. Yeah. So basically, I had a girl I was dating then last week. We're always having issues, break up, but that was our thing. You know, the whole, break up, making up was even really sweeter and everything. So yeah, basically that kept going on and off. But we were still together, going on 5 years, trust me. And then all of a sudden some rich dude came into the picture. This was even before I became Ruggedman proper. Some rich dude came into the picture, and during one of the times we did the breakup. So guys, don't wait too long. If you love a woman and you guys have issues, don't wait too long. Don't form strong guy, or ladies, don't form strong woman, and she leaves him, you'll come back. Somebody will just enter that vulnerable moment, and that'll be it. You lose someone special. Trust me. So the guy came into the picture, but she and I still, what we had was mad. It was so crazy that when I was in school, if I'm sitting here and she's like standing far from me, if someone comes in between us and I can't see her, I'll move my seat so that I'll be seeing her. That's how crazy it was. As in, I always wanted, I will never forgive myself if something happens to somebody I love around me while I was there. That's how I am. So I always wanted to see, if she was around me, I wanted to be seeing her. If whether she's having fun, I just wanted to, that was how crazy it was. So basically, the guy came into the picture. Unfortunately, her mom turned out to be a funny person. Mom preferred money to the daughter's happiness and all. And
money will make the daughter happy, don't worry.
You understand? But funny enough, the daughter wasn't. She wasn't, but she still had to respect the mother. It was like a Nollywood movie story kind of thing. You understand? So when I heard this, I remember people who know me from Akoka. I was on Obayon Street with my friends Bruno, Deomi, and who else? Because we're really close. We're tightening then. We still are anyways, but we were walking towards Bruno's house. And God, this was around 5, so it wasn't even dark. So we're just walking. I was in the middle, and the friend on each side, and we were just talking about the whole situation. And it just struck me that, so it's because I don't have money that I'm being treated this way. So it's because I don't have money that I can't keep my woman, that her mother can't say, okay, you two, you won't try. Let's see what you guys will do. I swear to you, Bouquie, I didn't know when I was on my knee. I was on one knee. Tears were running down my face. And my friends were trying to pull me up. I'm like, why did you do like this? Now we're outside. I didn't care. Because all I was thinking, yeah, that was one of the first times in my life that I felt oppressed, depressed. I won't say intimidated, but I just felt very low with myself. So it's because I don't have money now, I'll be that kind of thing. Because there was nothing else. I was a fun guy. I'm not ugly now. You know?
Hey, well,
So,
that ugly part is debatable, you know? I'm playing.
you know, and I will not lie to you, Bouquie. That was I got home that day. I didn't even now go to my friend's house. I got up, I was tears. I walked. I don't know if I didn't care if anybody would see me. I walked to my house that day. I swear to you, I walked into my room, locked my door, took off my slippers, stood and looked up and said, God, if you gave me this talent to achieve something with it, I'm giving it to you.
Ooh.
As in, I'm giving it to you. Use it. Use it and let me be somebody so that this kind of feeling I will never have again.
Wow.
And trust me, it wasn't up to, I prayed and talked, and I'm sure between 1 month I'd written and dropped and everything Ruggedman just started.
Wow.
Part of the, one of the things that got to me the most was one of the days I saw her, we still hooked up, we met, we hooked up, but it wasn't the same because I felt betrayed. I felt like, okay, so I didn't have money, you go. Yeah, I know she's your mom. I was trying to understand the fact that yes, it's her mom, but still, give a brother a chance. Even if it's not like, I was, so basically, one of the times we were speaking, she was not like, her mom told her that, Michael is really doing well. I see him driving by, I see his video, and in my head, I'm like,
You first wrote so you were like,
you see? But I didn't let that get to me. I just continued doing what I was doing. And funny enough, again, one of the very first people that heard even before I recorded it, was still Freestyle. That's how close Freestyle and I were and are. You understand? But don't tell him, there was also this time that police arrested him when we were coming from Chuka, Califate's house. And police now arrested Freestyle because he didn't have ID card. Man, they started this thing. He didn't have ID card. I had an ID card. Chuka had an ID card. Freestyle didn't have. They now put him in the downfall. He was sitting at the back last seat. And then all he kept saying was, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Don't tell him I said so. Jesus, Jesus. He was scared still. Jesus, Jesus. But of course, I made sure I went to his house, told his family.
Was like, give me a look. You don't need everything that you want me. You don't even know me. Wow.
So of course, I made sure I got to his house that night, told his family. I went with them, chilled, we got him out. So in a way, too, his mom that started doing this advocacy thing.
That's
and this was when I was in secondary school.
Before we go into that, your advocacy and everything, talk to a young boy right now that has talent, but is feeling intimidated maybe by lost love or this pandemic or somebody that's down. Talk to them right now with the pain, because what you're talking about is resilience. You're talking about motivation, how you took the bad experience and you said, God, if you be God, let something happen to me and my talent, So you decided to use those bad experiences to better your life. So I want you to talk to somebody right now that is down, lost a job, lost loved ones to COVID, lost whatever. Let's speak to them from that passionate place.
I would say, real quick, I'll throw this in before I continue talking to them. I'll say, while I was in allowance and I needed to get things, I had the options. I had a lot of options open to me. Steal. I did steal my uncle's money once and I went to buy a toy car. That was the second time they beat the...
That one is forgiven. It's not stealing.
Well, no, to me it is. At the end of the day, they beat something out of me, I know. And then I apologized and everything. And then I just got it in my head that, look, whatever you can do to make something for yourself, buy something, do it. I was sweeping and washing molues in Surulere.
What? Say that again?
I was sweeping and washing molues with my friends in Lawanson to get small change to do things. So what I'm trying to say is, never ever look at other people and use them as a yardstick for yourself. You don't know how long they've been coming on their own journey to get to where they are. And you also do not know the things they've done to get to where they are. It's not about looking at somebody and say, God, please do, make me like this other person. If God opens the package of that person for you now, you might say, no, God, please remove this part of I don't want this part of the bouquet. I don't want this, because you don't know what's in there. So basically, do you have it in your mind that if you have that talent, hone your skills. Keep honing your skills. They say opportunity comes but once. Is lie. Opportunity is flying by every second. Ask God for that discerning spirit to let you know an opportunity when it comes, to let you be ready when an opportunity comes.
Ready.
Because it's not even about opportunities just coming. It's about you being ready. Now, let me also, since I'm talking to them, let me give them a quick example. I knew the boss of Guinness back then. Just when I had only and Piece of War as tracks. No, and Baraja as tracks. I spoke to him and I told him I wanted to be on his shows. They do concerts, obviously. And he said to me, we do big concerts and, no disrespect or anything. I told him, look, be straight with me. I'd rather you tell me the truth and it hurts me, but it's the truth, and you lie to me. That will hurt me more. So I always tell my people, tell me the truth kind of thing. So he now told me, look, the shows we do, artists get between 40 to 1 hour, 40 minutes to 1 hour.
Is that Bello Crab?
Don't mind him. He will soon ask you now, am I the funniest man in Africa?
Yes, you are. Wait, I'm going to have you on my show, Bello Crab. I'm going to DM you. Go ahead, Ruggedman.
So he told me that artists that they bring on their event, they give them between 45 to 1 hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour, 1 hour something minutes. That he knows me and he knows my songs, that if I do the 2 songs I have, what else would I do with the other minutes? I didn't feel angry. I didn't beg to say, oh, please, no, just put me. Don't worry. I will do some assault. I will do eat fire. I will do that. No. I looked for a way to make myself valuable. I looked for a way to create that value. Yes. I looked for a way to create the value that they will demand and pay me for. You know what I did? It was like this skit. When he just finished telling me, I just said, wait, and I'll move. Bouquet, I went and I started recording all of the songs I'd written. I started recording all the tracks. I went to OJB, I told OJB, oh yeah, time has come. I started recording my songs. Big Bros was recorded, Piece of War, French Connection when I went to Dublin. French Connection when I met Josh. And come to think of it, I'm the first Nigerian guy to do international collabo, even though he's a Congolese artist. Is he not international?
It's international.
It's international. My album is a Congolese rapper, Josh. God rest his soul. Remote. So I just went, not that I rushed, not that I just went to do a wishy-washy job. I took my time to record tracks like French Connection. When I traveled to Dublin, I did Dublin with Love with the French, producer Xavier, mad guy. I just recorded. Basically, I recorded my album. And I thought and by this time, Biglo and Too Shorts had done, their album, and they had done something. They had made history, something a lot of people didn't take notice of. But me, I like giving honor to whom honor is due. Biglo and Too Shorts were the first people to get the so-called Alaba Pirates to officially market their album. You understand? So Alaba was pirating, but they, switched it up and said, look, instead of you just pirating, okay, let's go give you the album. you have the, you can mass produce. You have all the links to Iweka Road, Upper
Was that
Iweka,
Big
and
Boss
all these.
Bigger Man?
It wasn't Big Boss. It was Tijo. Yeah, Big Boss was there already. Paris, everybody's listed. So all them Upper Iweka, a big link, everything. They already had all those links. So they got Tijo to buy the rights to distribute their album. So by the time I was done, I just called Two Shots. I said, dude, I need the hookup for that your marketer guy. That was how the Alaba marketing came in. I said, I need the hookup to your marketer guy. So basically, this was me thinking, how will I make this work? Yes, I know I wanted the album out, but still, I didn't want it out just for free like that. So I tried to follow due process. I met up with Tijo. I can remember on Itire Road, one filling station, had an eatery there. We met up, we sat down, and we discussed. I said, okay, look, I see what you're doing for Two Shots and Big Low. I want you to do the same thing for me. Then I already had Ehen. Then Ehen was already buzzing. So he was listening to me. He knew I had something. And I said, okay, this is an album.
To gain attention.
Thank you. So I said, okay, I have the album. What can you do? We went back and forth. He said 500,000 naira, but he will give me 250,000 deposit up front, and then later I get the 200 and 250. I said, no problem. To him, he got a good deal. To me, what my plan was, I needed the album everywhere. I needed it distributed. I needed it to circulate. I couldn't do it myself because I didn't have the money. I wasn't signed to a label. So who will be able to do it? One of these marketers. So that's why I called him. We had a discussion. Then he gave me my check. I signed the papers and I moved. And all I told him was, the day copies are ready, please let me know. In fact, I was the first official monitoring spirit because I was calling every 2 days. Alpha. Then when he finally, hey, Mr. 2K in the house, goes you, hey, goes you, but yeah, that was a song he featured me in back then.
Oh, okay, Mr. 2K, shout out.
Mr. 2K.
We have 5 minutes, Ruggedman. We have 5 minutes.
Okay. Let me just quickly finish this. This is going somewhere so that they will know. So now, quickly, I got that when the album was ready, I just told him, please give me 100 copies. He gave me 100 copies. Guess the first place I went to? Oga Guinness. Pop, boss, I have album now, different tracks. You could play them. And of course, radio was already playing. I'm booking from that day on. The first concert they had was Sean Paul. I was on it. The next one, Wyclef, I was on it. The next one was something Wonder at that time. Kevin Little, I did all of those shows, and from there to Nigerian Brews. So basically, my people, yes, life is hard. The country is messed up. So many things are difficult. You will only make it more difficult for yourself by making wrong decisions and wrong moves. Yes, we're all hungry. Yes, we're all poor. Let me put it that way. But God forbid. Yes, we all need stuff. But it will be worse for you if you go to jail or you die. If you make the wrong decisions. Moving slowly does not mean you're not moving at all. It's when you're not moving at all, when you don't have plans at all, and when you're not taking steps to get. If you take a step today, as long as it's in the right direction, just keep taking it. You will get there one day. And that was what I did. I made myself valuable for people to buy. And, and then of course I put the creativity in it to also make the kind of music people would love. Make the kind of music like Ruggedman Babara told people to put a face to Nigerian music. Put your mother tongue. Speak in your mother tongue. These are things I did. I just went on and on with the creative part of me. So it's not about Igbalode music, which is, what's buzzing right now? Bouqui'S. Bouqui'S. You just go and do your own version of Bouqui'S.
Oh, yeah, you had to use my name, huh? You had to use
you know what I'm saying? You see the effect now. It's having an effect. That's what I'm talking about. So it's not about what's buzzing. It's about being able to take what's buzzing and put your originality into it.
Your identity on it.
Quick example. When Kiss Daniel did his FU challenge, everybody was talking about girls this, girls that, girls this. But I thought to myself, what's happening right now? Police brutality. I put it in a way that he just ended the challenge. Because everybody else has talked about chicks and bum and how they cheated on themselves somehow. that somebody used the same thing and brought out this much sense. You understand? So do what you have to do. Make your plans. Move towards them. Gather your money small. If you have to sell pure water, if you have to wash Molue, it's all you. Check where you're coming from. Check your family. Do you want them to cry or you want them to be happy with the moves you make? That's what's more important. And mostly it's about you. Just take it that the next man doesn't care unless he or she has something to gain from you. So make sure you get something that they will gain so they will come for you. You can't force anything on people. You just need to have something they need and then they come for you.
Wow. Well, that is so excellently said, because I look around me, we have a couple of seconds left. I look around me and I see this entitlement mentality in this new generation. They want you to give them this. They want you to do this. They slide in your DM. They say, give me this, give me that. You know,
can I tell you why? Can I tell you why?
Why?
It's, take the country. They've lost hope. I know we don't have too much time. They've lost hope. Imagine a situation where your parents, who are the people who you look up to, they are the ones who make the rules and the regulations. You see them breaking the rules every day with no repercussions. And then your uncle, your auntie, your niece, everything trickles down from the top. Before, it was in the middle. The youth were not this distracted. They weren't this destructive. They weren't this crazy before. But it's because now they've seen that there's no hope from the top. People at the top are breaking the rules every day and nothing is being done. You understand? So now they see there's no hope. A lot of people, schools are closed. There are no jobs. People are, even the ones with jobs, are not getting paid. Yes, they will go into Yahoo. Yes, they will do all sorts, because right now they feel there's no hope, so they need to do anything to survive, even if it's bad. That's the issue. So it's not about the problem is not the youth. The problem is the people who are supposed to, the people who are supposed to regulate the youth, the people who are supposed to check the youth when they mess up, they're not checking them. Instead, some are even using the youth to cause more chaos. And so right now, there's no hope.
And I think another thing is, to piggyback on that real quick, the good people are not being rewarded. So if I want to be good,
that's what I mean.
Why do I want to be good? You know
what's in it for me? When the bad guy is the one they see driving the Bentley, hanging out with senators and governors, then you're there busy doing good guy, and then you're drinking Gary, and they're looking for giveaway. You understand? So yes, I understand I understand them asking, always asking, but what I now tell them nowadays is, please, celebrities and people are not government officials. They're not, if they're not holding any office, please, you can't, see, let me put it this way real quick. You can ask for help from people like yourselves, which is celebrities and co, but no, you can ask. I didn't say it's a must. I said you can ask, but the only people you can demand from is the government, because they are the ones in charge of everything. They're the ones that are supposed to give us electricity, jobs, healthcare, education, security. Are they doing it? Let's be factual. No. So it's the government, the youth, and everybody else needs to demand stuff from. But fellow people like you, ask. Don't try to give them this, you must give us because you have. Are you not? Didn't we buy your album? My album you bought is 150 naira. I met a guy once that said, I bought 2 of your album. Now give me at least 10
You just
I gave him 350. I said, I will give you extra. Oh yeah, give me back the album. I said, if I don't give me the album, take the 350 and go. You understand? So they need to prioritize. Yeah.
Yeah. So last word.
Somebody said, what are my plans for artists in Nigeria? Sorry, Bouqu'i. Well, I've taken over your show. They said, what are
my plans? We don't have time. It's going to cut off.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm already doing a show. I'm already shooting a reality show that has to do with young up-and-coming artists. I've picked my first 6. Don't worry. This pandemic is put a pause for a lot of things, but you guys will see soon. I'm there for you. I do my best for you. Just support me all you can, and I support you.
A government position soon?
Right now, I'm running from government position.
So when are you going to run for?
I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I'm not really interested in that. I'd rather just keep doing the good things I'm doing right now. Because once you pick a political party with the way it is right now in Nigeria, you enter that fold of where they try to control you in what you do. You understand? So right now, for me,
what makes you so passionate about helping people, giving them a voice?
it's I call it one of my flaws, but my friends always say don't say that. I call it one of my flaws, and it's actually because I care. I care a lot, and it's also I love the fact that the things I do gives people hope, even if it's the smallest bit, hope. You know, in a country where a lot of people feel hopeless, they at least know that there are one or two, three people who still help them to get justice when things go wrong.
Wow, Ruggedman. This thing is not cutting up 302. Thank you so much, man.
Instagram knows my face now. Instagram knows my face now. You know, they know all the things I've been doing.
So leave him. Thank you so much. You talked about purpose. You talked about self-development. You talked about putting in your work, recognizing your opportunities, paying the price of greatness, because it costs what it costs and it doesn't go on sale. You know, you talked about being resilient. You talked about honesty, being authentic. These are practical tools that we hope people glean from. 28 seconds. Okay. These are practical tools, you know, and I just want to say thank you so much. We love you. We're urging you on. We got you. Everybody, just right. We got you. And then thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
You still owe me that movie. Owe me that lunch.
No problem. My TV show is starting soon. Trust me, Bouquie. Bless.
Okay. All right.